Hey team, welcome to another StarrStruck interview with me, Adam Starr. Today we are chatting to the gorgeous Rebecca Locke. She's an up-and-comer, she's very new. It's very exciting, she's very new. I think she's going to have a really promising, strong career if she keeps at it. Hi everyone who's watching, hey. So what we'll do when Rebecca joins, we shall chitty chat away. We have so much to talk about. The girl has done so much, has done loads. But yes, we had a lovely interview yesterday with Josh from Kinky Boots and Book of Mormon and Funny Girl, and I've got some great people lined up as well next week. Again, just thanks for watching. Hi team, hi new watchers. It's just a little bit exciting, isn't it? It's filling that theatrical need that I need, which is chatting to people about the theatre, as you do. Yes, so I'm just going to have a little sip of my drink. Do we like the eyes today? She thought, well, because... Hey, team. Because, obviously... blend, your friend. Because she had a bit of time... What am I drinking? Doll, I'm drinking... Malibu and Coke. Shh, because I'm classy bird. You did some fantastic interviews with some random people. Can't wait for. Oh, thanks guys. And Rebecca has just joined, so we'll add to the conversation now, and we'll chitty chat away. View. Oh no. Accept. Go. Class, please. Show me Rebecca. Yeah!
Hello!
Hi, babes, you alright?
Yes, I'm good. How are you?
I'm not too bad. Woo! I'm wearing this shirt just for you because chains and lock, it works in my head. Doll, it works in my head. It works in my head.
You look fabulous.
Thank you.
I'm on my bed. Just giving it luxury.
Doll, you can do what you want. How was the allotment today?
I actually haven't been today.
Oh, that's great. Thanks for being.
I sent the teenager to go and get me some potatoes.
I love it.
But I've been doing lots of baking and everything today to try and get rid of my gluts of cucumbers and courgettes. So I've been tied to the kitchen, babe.
Babes. Right then, Rebecca Lucy Locke. Shall we jump in?
As if you know my middle name.
I have been screenshotting you all day. This research I have dug deep and deep and deep to find.
I'm scared.
It's all good. Okay, let's go for the first question. Becky, what was the first show that you ever saw live?
The first show that I ever saw live, I think, was in town in the West End.
Yeah, go for it, yeah.
Was Return to the Forbidden Planet. Yes. At the Cambridge Theatre.
Wow.
I couldn't even tell you when that was. I was like, I was a teenager. It was a school trip. And I remember we were right up in the gods, like literally at the last row, right at the top. And everyone was mucking about, being idiots, as per school parties can be. But I just remember getting really angry with everybody and just be like, shut, I'm listening, and being really into it and just obsessed with
Forbidden Planet is such a strong, deep piece. It needs to be.
It's like the statiest show ever. It's like, a roller skating robot. And I was obsessed. I loved it. I was like, I'm absolutely hooked.
Completely.
Yeah.
And what was the first, when you were young, can you remember the first time that you performed? A family party, a fete, school play?
The first school play I ever did, and I have photographs, I was in infants.
Yeah.
So I was probably 4 years old, and it was I remember it being quite a big deal. The school, the year was doing...
Hold on. I remember it being quite a big deal.
It was a big deal for the school. I remember it, because I remember it very vividly, actually, and that was a long time ago. it was the school year, the whole year. We're doing Elves and the Shoemaker.
Yes.
Yeah, that famous story. And I wasn't playing an elf or a shoemaker. I was actually, I had the role entitled The Posh Lady.
And thus your career began.
I mean, I had lines and everything, and I had to go and try the shoes on. But I remember it was it was like not many people got lines, and I got a line, and it was like I'm 4 and I've made it.
I've got lines. It's me. What was the first professional job you had after training?
It was Martin Guerre.
Martin Guerre.
Yeah,
And of course, that was the very famous production that had a little bit of controversy because it stopped and started, and some people were cut and things were changed. As your first job, were you at all?
Babe, it was baptism of fire. It was like, if I could learn anything about this business, every single possibility that might happen in a job at some point happened on that job, I think. So I learned a lot.
She learned a lot.
She got lots of tales.
And the other question is, can you remember little James Corden or not?
Of course I can. He was one of my buds. We were the youngies of the cast. It was me, him, and Paul Bailey, his name was. They were both 17 and I was 19. So we were the young kids of the cast. And I don't think I've ever laughed so much in my life as I have on stage with James. I mean, it was just too funny.
Literally, you were pushed and shoved in a blue dress.
I was.
Every scene is like, throw. I just love it.
And neck. Physio.
And for that little girl who was the posh lady.
Posh lady, babes. I'm gonna put that on my CV.
It was a big deal.
It was a big
deal at the time. How was it doing how many opening nights did it have? The opening night where you had changed character. Yeah. How did it feel taking your bow on that night?
My first time on as Bertrand.
Yeah.
It had been the most bonkers of days. I was ill. I had tonsillitis, but it was that kind of thing that everything just snowballed in that day. That the combination of what happened all throughout the day ended up meaning I having to do the show, and everybody was there. Cameron, Declan, Claude Michel, Alain, everybody was there. And I don't know if you know the back of the Prince Edward Theatre, there's those like boxes right at the back of the stalls. There's like those boxes.
Yes.
Yeah, right at the back of the stalls. And they were all squashed in there, all of them. So I was just so aware the whole night, A, being ill, and B, having to get through the show and impress them. But I don't think I've ever felt so much relief.
After thank God.
I did it, everybody, I did it. I remember the words.
And for one last question about that show, what was the one lesson that you took away from that experience? I'm sure there's many.
There's loads. I think a really good tip is to listen, and don't argue back, don't talk back, don't just listen and do your job, and respect the people that you're working for. So a lot of the time they know better than you, so take the notes.
Take the notes. There you go.
Notes. Don't argue it. Nobody's arguing notes. Take the note.
You're like, I don't think my character at that point.
I mean, it's the worst. In those sessions, well, what happened then was, that only happened because of this and this and this. Take the note.
Take the note.
So
the first time I ever saw you on stage was long story short, my granddad passed away and he never got to see Phantom of the Opera live. So we took my nan in a wheelchair from Wolverhampton to the West End. Doll, it was a nightmare. It was raining. It was horrible.
Oh, babe.
And not gonna lie, not my favourite show. Bit too dark, bit too much for me.
Yeah.
The only redeeming thing about that show, this is before I even knew who you were. I can remember you and your eyes, the amount of character in your eyes, because obviously it's a dark show and your eyes are so bright, and you've got that gorgeous like dark eyeshadow on and the massive costumes. That was the only bit I enjoyed when you on stage. Because I'd never seen the show. It wasn't on my. I knew bits and bobs. Didn't get it.
It's not everyone's cup of tea, babe. It's not everyone's cup of tea.
Didn't get the love story, but what I did get was you.
Ice.
Ice. And the way it started in that massive dress. Being in that show, I believe in other chats you've had with people, Cameron was quite, he said, have fun with it. So how much did you change with your Carlotta from, say, Rosie Ashes, who was the original?
I never saw Rosie. I bet she was absolutely incredible. But and I didn't see the show before I did it either. So I saw the movie, and watching Minnie Driver inspired me to say, "Excuse me, I'd like to play that."
And I'm not happy about my hat. That's the only bit I remember in like that really Welsh Italian accent.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I think as a performer, I tend to edge towards getting a laugh for things.
She's a tart for a laugh.
She's a tart for a laugh, I'm not going to lie. And I think, you know, that part is usually played by opera singers, like proper opera singers, who maybe aren't going for a laugh sometimes, and you know, what have you. But he said, go for it, have a laugh, do what you want to do, and let me see if I like that. And he did. So I went down the comedy route, I think, more.
Waka waka.
I mean, it's not like, you know, laugh a minute, is it? Let's face it.
No.
But there are nice moments that can really work. And I think, you know, we all love to hate Carlotta a little bit.
I think that's what I meant by your eyes, is just someone who used to go to the theatre and used to find yourself being a gay kid. I used to drift to the strong female leads. That's what I used to do. Yeah. And I can remember, and when I say your eyes, it was the comedy. It's that and the look and the way you chat, the way a way that you would answer somebody, but you'd look at somebody else. I can remember that going, whatever that is, that's good. The rest,
I love that.
I'll take or leave it.
I love that, but I love the fact that you saw our production of it. I love that, and I think many people saw me do it. So, thanks.
You're welcome, doll. Again, people who are in it, it's beautiful. People who love it, it's great. For me, Phantom, I'm alright. And also, this is really strange. It was incredible. This thing was happening in Wolverhampton. West End people were coming to the Grand Theatre in Wolverhampton, and somebody wasn't on the bill, and nobody knew who it was. And the curtain came up, and you and Danny Boy were singing "Suddenly Seymour."
You were there,
babe. I was front row.
Oh my god! Oh my
front
god!
Row.
That was Joanna Ampill couldn't do it. That's what it was. Joanna Ampill couldn't. It was a charity concert that my friend Chris Key was organising for school, I think, wasn't it, or something, or local thing.
So I was like, I'm going because it's West End people in Wolverhampton.
Raising money, always brilliant people, and it was literally, I think, like a day before, Chris rang me and went, "Joanna's had to pull out. Can you come and do it? Let's figure out some songs." I think I sang "Fine Fine Line," didn't I, from Avenue Q? I think that's when I was.
I mean, remember, it's not that good.
With the puppet, babe. I had the puppet on the stage. Do you remember?
I think so. I just remember Suddenly Seymour because I thought it was great. And then I went to the stage door after. It was like, "Hi, Kev Ellis. Hi, Daniel Boy. Hi, Rebecca Lock. I saw you fancy the opera." Giving it full on, like, "Can you have a programme?"
Oh, cute.
But I can remember that very vividly, going, "Oh my god." People are like, "Oh my god, it's Rebecca." I was like, "Yeah, I know. I saw him Phantom," giving it full on fangirl, like, "I know. We have a relationship. We're like this. Me and Rebecca Lock.
Best buds, babes.
Best buds." Speaking of Avenue Q, you were in Avenue Q, of course. Do you prefer being a slut or a monster?
I love them both equally, although I think you have the most fun with Lucy the Slut. Let's be She's a dirty one.
It's such a great song. That song is stellar.
It's great. And then when am I ever going to be cast in that kind of a role? I don't think I'm ever going to be cast. I'm so much more naturally a Kate monster. But then to be able to flip it and be the opposite to the innocence and what have you of Kate and the cuteness of Kate, to be this vampy, dirty trailer trash. And to do all that, it was just a gift. It was just the best.
And doing my research, you said that you really, if you could go back to a show, it was quite a late, it wasn't quite an early interview, you would go back to that show because you really enjoyed the people, the way it made you feel. Is that still the case?
Yeah, I would go back if it ever happened again, and they asked me to do it. I would go back in a flash. I mean, it hurts.
That's what I was going to say. The next question was, ask her about arm ache.
I mean, physically, it really hurt. I mean, the first few rehearsals with, me, Daniel and Mark doing it, I remember one of the first things we rehearsed was the opening section that we come on to, the Sucks to Be Me section. Mm-hmm. You literally don't leave the stage for about 10 minutes or something. So your arm is up. I'm trying to do it there. Constantly, and they're not like those puppets. They are heavy. But I remember when we first started rehearsing them, we'd literally just be like falling down and just and shaking arms. And I mean, we're lucky we got physio every week. We've got a nice massage every week to keep us sorted out. But I've never experienced pain like that. And also, like towards the end of the week, like by Saturday night, after you've done your 8 shows, I'd lay in bed and my wrists would like have sparky pains going down them because it's like
a bit like carpal tunnel.
Yeah, a little bit. So yeah, I would go back because it was a right. I don't think I've barely laughed so much in my life on stage.
And not to make it dark so very quickly, but being in such a fun and happy show, was there ever a particular show or a week that you just were not feeling it at all?
I try to be one of those annoyingly positive people that we're all lucky to be in a job.
That is not annoying. That's good.
And don't, especially in this situation at the moment, if I ever hear anyone complaining about being a 2-show day, or it's a matinee, or they're a bit hot, or they're a bit cold, I have no patience now. I had very little before. We've all had a moan. We've all been tired. We've all been a bit hungover or whatever. But we are so lucky to do the job we do. So I don't. I'm sure I've had my dark days where I had maybe a little bit too much to drink the night before. I had to go and just sweat it out a little bit on stage.
Good.
We've all been there, but yeah.
You also have such a relationship with Mary Poppins, and you mentioned that it's such a fun favourite of yours, the movie and the musical.
Yeah.
Playing that, you were understudy. Was it understudy or standby?
I started off as understudy, and by the end of the contract, I was doing regular shows a week, alternate. Yeah.
How playing that role? There is so much expectation from an audience. Not because you're Rebecca Locke, not because you're Zizi Starlin, not because you're whoever, but Summer Starlin, think somebody else. There's still pressure. There's the pressure. Is there pressure on you because... Hold on. I'm going to rephrase the question. Is there less pressure because you already know that the audience love her, or is there more pressure because the audience expects? Yeah.
You can't let them down. They want to... as much as people say make her your own or whatever, they want to see Julie Andrews. I'm sorry. That's what's in their head. They do want to see Julie Andrews or an element of her. Mm-hmm. So you don't want to let the audience down and come out going, well, she was all right, but she's not the film, is it? Do you know what I mean? So you don't... So I suppose...
Some prejudice from Bolton. Well, she ain't Julie Andrews.
Not Julie Andrews, darling. But you do get people like that, though.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah, that's the pressure, I think.
But I need just very briefly talking about that audience expectation. I worked at a theatre and we had Ghost, and the girl playing Molly had Rebecca Treon had the ringlets that what's her name? The original girl had it. So she had ringlet, gold ringlet hair.
Yeah.
We had complaints because it wasn't a black bob because of Demi Moore. Honestly,
She didn't have the black cropped hair.
Yeah.
See, people wouldn't go and see a movie. But then all those shows do really well, you know.
Yeah.
Because they are Dirty Dancing, Pretty Woman, all that stuff.
How did it feel to fly?
Oh my God, it's the best. I mean, it hurts. I mean, by complaining about all the pain.
Look, I'm never going to play again. My wrist, I'm never flying again.
But it hurt. I mean, when you first started getting used to the harness and everything, and you have to really engage your core, otherwise you turn and you spin, and you don't. When you come back down with the kite and everything, you have to really, really hold on to your stomach. But to do that final flight out over the audience is just the best feeling ever, because you know, everybody's looking at you like you are Mary Poppins. They completely believe you are Mary Poppins. Everyone's wrapped up in the magic of the moment. You know, you go past and you see all these children are just like reaching up for your bloomers or whatever, and and people crying and everything, and just having a little nod at them as you go past. And some of you are quite close when you're going up over the dress level. You're quite close to them, so you have a little eye contact, and you can see these kids just like, oh my God. And so it's such a magical moment. I feel very, very lucky I got to do it. Yeah.
I think if, I mean, say, if only, like the West End opened like tomorrow, I would either want to be watching Mary Poppins or Wicked, because to have that flight, to have that magic, I can just imagine, or Come From Away. What would you see?
I don't know. I mean, I would see anything. I just
anything.
But I think I don't know, something
Forbidden
like
Planet.
Forbidden Planet. Maybe something like Six or Mamma Mia or something. Just because it's party and it's
completely.
You know what I mean? It's a celebration. It's a celebration of a show. I think. Yeah.
And then you were laying on your sun lounger, and then Mr. McIntosh rang you up, and you were like, "What do you need now?" And you were like, "Yeah." They invited you back to play Winifred Banks. Now, not obviously. Between playing, I'm literally drunk, Rebecca. It's so late on a Friday. So in between playing Mary and then Mrs. Winifred Banks, you had children. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So did you connect more with Winifred because you had children, or
I actually had Jonah before I played Mary. Yeah. But I think so. I've always had the thing with the kids, and I've always been okay. You know, I've never had a problem working with children or getting on with them or anything. But I think definitely with Winifred, because Jonah was older and everything, I had more of an affinity with the children. And it's just if you've been a mother, you know kind of how to be with them and how you are with children. I think you do see a difference in a performance if someone's being a mother, and there's a lot of mother and children interaction. I think you do. I think you can tell if someone's a mum.
Did you enjoy playing her?
I loved it, and also because once again Cameron said, "Go for it, do what you want to do with it," and I just made her loony.
I loved that. That's what I loved. Again, it's the eye thing again. When I watched you do that on tour, I was like, "Oh God, she's so camp. Look at that skirt flaring about." And then next thing you know, you burst through the kitchen, and I'm like, "There's the note. There's the note. Of course, there's a note that like."
Just pop in your top D in, darling. Why not?
I thought that was so great.
I love Winifred. I made her a bit loony and a bit bonkers, and I think it worked quite well. And it made me have a lot more fun anyway.
Playing both parts and being in Mary Poppins, what was the I'm literally drunk. What was the stop? What was the biggest magical mishap?
Well, there was one moment on tour that Mary didn't do the last flight. It didn't work. So because of course it's me and it was Neil at the time. So me and George Banks and the children are there to be on the the rooftop nursery bit, and there's that whole section where we watch her come across, then she goes out and we watch her fly away as a family. But we were like, there were literally people in the walkie-talkies and everyone's going, she's not coming, she's not coming, she's not coming, she's got, plan B, plan B, plan B, plan B. So what we had to kind of estimate. Well, she did the fly across, but she flies behind us, but they couldn't do the go out, so she flew up behind us like that and then went off into the other wing.
Like a dry cleaners.
Like a dry cleaner, yeah, literally like on a coat hanger and like, ooh. But I could see her starting off at the corner of my eye, so I had to do kind of like, like in My Fair Lady when they're watching the races and they're all looking at the same thing. I was doing that with my finger, so all the children would look exactly where I am. So when she disappeared, then we were like, oh, look, there she is at the front. And like, oh, Eggy, but I was giggling. I think Zizi was laughing. I mean, it was just orcs. But
all I'm saying is, I don't care if Rebecca Lock's in that show. I'd ask my £35 back if she'd fly at the end.
I know, babe, right? That's what that fly at the end. But my heart was like,
and you were like, look at me, look at me.
Look, children, follow my finger, follow my finger.
Kiss Me Kate.
Yeah.
One of my favourite roles is Lily Vanessa in Kiss Me Kate. And it's another thing where obviously you've got this incredible vocal range and all, but to top it off, the cherry on the top, you are funny. And I can't, no, but you know what I mean? You're not like, you are funny boned. That the whole eye thing, like I said, you are funny. You know how to rob a train. Playing that part, was it a dream of yours to play that part? Was it because it's so funny? I would always imagine you also playing like Adelaide in Guys and Dolls, that kind of.
Oh, that's another one I want to do. I always wanted to play Sarah Brown when I was younger because I was the young soprano. But then as I've got older and a bit more wise and a bit more haggard, I want to play Adelaide now.
Oh yeah, I'd love that.
Especially after having played Carmen and in Curtains and like Kiss Me Kate and stuff. I was like, oh, yeah. But no, Kiss Me Kate was Lily and Kate was something I've always wanted to play. Yeah, and so when the call came about it, I was like, well, the earth and its mother's going to be up for it. I'm never going to get it. I don't know Paul Foster, the director, he's going to pick someone he's worked with before. And I was in Salisbury at the time doing a show, and I, had to get the train to London and do my auditions and stuff. And I had the best audition ever. I'd belly laugh throughout my audition because Paul Foster's just the funniest bloke ever. And I had a great time and, just really fun audition. And it's like, when am I ever going to be up for this part again? And just really went for it. And then when I found out I got it, I cried.
Oh, doll.
I don't really cry because it was a part. Look at this.
Bit of Kath Kingston wallpaper there, babe. She's got the money.
I mean, she's got some Kath Kingston on the wall. I've got a posh ring light like you. I've got like my bedside light. So it was like all my dreams came true. I saw the production of Kiss Me Kate at the Victoria Palace with Mary Mazzie.
Oh yeah.
And
God rest her soul.
I'm like, yeah, she was one of my faves. And seeing that production, I was just obsessed. And so ever since then, that was just one of my dream parts. So to get to play it at the Crucible, which is my favourite theatre, is just a dream.
I mean, I Hate Men is just an incredible. It's so Cole Porter, the rhyming, it's so good.
And it's just you and the audience as well.
Yeah.
So you can just, muck about with it and eyeball some poor chap in the audience. Is what I used
also, Doll, what is it with you and red hair? Every show you're in, it's like we're gonna make her redhead. That's what she needs.
It's just she's playing the sassy parts, I think. She needs a red head. I don't know. I love it though, and I have been tempted to go red, but I'm not allowed. Apparently, my agent said no.
The agent said.
The agent said no.
Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
Rosie, Mamma Mia. not, it's, I don't know if it's because of like how I relate to shows, but her and Tanya are the ones that it's like it's like Will and Grace. As much as you love Will and Grace, you
French
care
and
about,
Saunders, babe. It's
yeah,
the best. It's the best
it's
double
that.
act, and it's written very cleverly. Those two women,
Mm.
and to have Kim Ismay as my Tanya was an absolute dream. We were literally like, you know, budget. It was
Hashtag chamois leather.
yeah. I mean,
And it works.
it works.
Mad.
Blows your mind.
Playing that part as Rosie and having such, was it so nice to really give into your, like you said, your French and Saunders, your, I'm allowed to, are you allowed to play as much? I know it's very, obviously all shows are very strict.
Yeah.
But are you allowed to,
No,
obviously not ad-lib lines?
I mean, if anything like went wrong or a prop went awry or something with that show, especially, you can ad lib and, you know, say something dirty to Kim or something. You can totally say something, and the audience would love it, and it kind of adds to the show.
Were you there the night you stopped the show by breaking a glass?
Yep. Good one. Yeah. Heart cheersing in money. Well done. And show stop. Good one, Kim.
Thanks, Kim.
Well done, darling.
We've all missed our trains, and it's Saturday.
Train now.
Was there any onstage mishaps for yourself in that show?
Oh, I think Rosie wore a lot of beads.
She did.
And I had a few necklace explosions. That's quite fun.
That's hot.
What else? Oh, I really hit my elbow at one point. Literally, as I was about to come on for Super Trooper in my white lycra, it came off and had a massive, I don't even know what I did really. But you know, you're doing all the armography in Super Trooper and everything, and my arm is like half dead.
I've got Avenue Q on, help me.
I mean, it's all about the limbs.
You have a lovely song. Well, you did have when you played Rosie. Rosie has a lovely song called Take a Chance on Me, where you get to smash chairs about and then start kissing on stage. Yeah. It is hysterical. Like, it is, again, it's built for that joy.
Yeah.
How much did you enjoy just destroying the set of chairs?
Oh, I loved it. I mean, it's very carefully choreographed.
Of course it is. I'm professional.
But no, that is such a great bit, and the audience is so with you there.
So, and it just takes one person to do this, and then it explodes.
Oh my gosh, the amount of clapping along, all the time. But I used to get to chase Charlie Dash around the stage, and that was a joy. Yeah.
I was thinking
for one night when I was poorly, and I literally, before I went on, Diane was just finishing Winner Takes It All, and I was standing in the wings going, oh, I feel a bit blowy, I don't know, maybe I've eaten something a bit, and I ran on, and I did the scene, and I started the song, and I got to Charlie, and I went, you've got to pull me around, because I can't, I'm going to be sick. You have to pull me around. So we did the entire song, and literally was on the floor. I was like, get me here. And he'd pull me up and like pushing me around. And we got to the kiss bit. I went, don't kiss me, don't kiss me, don't kiss me, don't kiss me. I had norovirus. I had the vomiting bug. And I literally got to the end. At the end of the song, you finish in the pew, don't you? Ready for the wedding. And I literally got to the end, sat down, audience clapped, I got up, ran back down the aisle, out into the wings, vomiting, and you would not believe. And my brilliant understudy at the time is Dawn Buckland, and she had a big wedding outfit on. You know, she's done the entire show as the ensemble, and she got up out of her seat and just walked down the aisle, sat in my seat, and just carried on, finished the show as me, and she's brilliant. But
in her ensemble costume.
Ensemble costume until the very quick change at the end when she had to go into, you know, Rosie's lycra, the red lycra.
I just imagine some people like from like Wolverhampton or Wigan going, what the?
I mean, she had lines in that scene as well. So she's like, who's she rocking up in a big orange hat?
What's she talking to herself? Is she all right? She like Heathers. Again, people may shoot me for this. Didn't get it. Strange. Don't know why.
Right.
I'd have thought that I would totally understand. Didn't get it. Related completely to Martha Dunstruck.
Dunstruck. Was it Martha Dunstruck? Oh,
I've started it now. Sorry, team.
Martha Dunstruck.
Yeah, that. I thought the show was very funny, very. I can definitely tell that like the cultish and everybody loved it. But I don't know what it was. Maybe it's because I'm one of these people that like I don't like Hamilton. I think it's because it's a hype. Is that weird? Okay, that's all right. I watched it on Disney Plus and went, I've paid £70 for a year, and okay.
I feel like it's like a really dirty secret of mine that I just doesn't do it for me. I'm sorry, everybody, don't hate me.
But as we both know, we appreciate it beyond belief.
Oh, absolute respect.
But just not for me.
I understand why people are obsessed with it. And Lin-Manuel Miranda is a genius, and I totally get it. And it's something that I can never be in or ever do. And I totally, but it's just not for me.
Yeah. And I found that with Heathers. I don't know why, but I went so excited, and it was brilliant. It was a brilliant production. But I was like, am I missing something here? You feel a bit lost in the show. I was like, what?
Did you see it?
See, I saw it at the Haymarket.
Haymarket.
And I sat quite close because I wanted to have like the other palace feel where I was like, it's quite close.
Yeah.
But I just didn't get it. But doesn't mean that it was bad. The performances were great. Everyone, the vocals, incredible.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Steve? Was there any times that you did the show and you had a knobhead Steve?
Oh, many. Many. Especially at the other palace, because they're even closer.
Oh, God.
And I used to make them stand up. But the thing is, it became a thing and people got known that it goes with them. So they got a bit knowing about it. And you could see that people had prepped and were prepping comebacks and stuff, which is not fun for me. Do you know what I mean? That's not fun. So for the Haymarket, it was a bit easier with the Steves because they were a bit further away.
Yeah.
And it was more of a... and they could be less showy with it, I think.
Yes.
But also, I got wise. I could see when someone knew what I was going to do.
When there was this person.
Yeah, going. Yeah, exactly. Literally, with a finger, me, please pick me. So I kind of got wise to it. So I would pick literally the most unknowing person, like it could be the old man on the end who has no idea why he's there. That's who I
know what you mean.
That's who I pick.
And it was so, as someone who knows your voice, didn't get to see Mamma Mia, but who knows your voice, the belt on the Becky lock. the belt on it, babes. Christ. Rocking the rafters. Do you find, I mean, as someone who obviously you really take care of your voice, you know, you must have such intelligence about your own vocal ability. Is it something that you find easy to do? Have you always done it, or did you have to learn the belt? That is,
I've always belted. I always belted before soprano, learning how to sing properly, as it were. The more classical side of my voice. Like at drama school, when I had singing lessons, I always wanted to sing, things like "As Long as He Needs Me" and stuff, and just belt my tits off.
I mean, who doesn't?
I mean, yeah. But my singing teacher was like, no, you're a soprano, let's get you up there. So she really pushed me to explore that side of my voice. So I find it, I'm very lucky that I've had a very varied career, and you can't really pigeonhole me, I don't think, vocally or any way really. So I like to kind of alternate what I do if I can.
And the one thing that I really...
Yeah.
Sorry, what did you say? What was the last bit you said? The thing that I really loved and appreciated about Heathers is the age of the audience. I loved that. And I loved how I just loved how excited they were and how they were. I mean, it was like a random Wednesday matinee, and they were throwing scrunchies.
I mean, it was a phenomenon. It was crazy. And I've never been in a show that I think has identified so much with the youth and the next generation, and that was a really special thing to be part of, actually. To be a little part of it and to see that happen, you know, and see these girls come again and again and again and again to come and see the show, because it meant so much to them, and they could identify with it so much and identify with all the girls in it. That's why it was such a, I think, a great show. But I felt very blessed that I was part of it, really.
And what was the closing night like?
I wasn't there.
At the Palace you were there, weren't you? Because I know that you left early.
Yeah, which was amazing, because that night, I think it was, I can't remember if that
was that the night where Carrie announced that it was.
I was just thinking, I don't know whether she announced it on the last night or whether it was.
I think it was.
It might have been. That was.
Heather, people who are watching, you should know this. Can you just message let us know?
Yeah, can you let us know? I think it might have been.
I think it was. I'm gonna say it was.
But it was, you know, it was a special show at the Other Palace because it worked so well at the Other Palace, and you were so close to everybody. So it was a special night. But yeah, I didn't close it at the Haymarket. Amy Boo Steele did. I was off rehearsing Kiss Me Kate, so my friend Amy did it.
Go Kiss and Kate. Being in curtains now. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about curtains. What a show! Again, some people didn't get it. Me got every.
Did you like it?
Every breath, everything about it, everything about it. I got.
Good.
So I understood it so well, and the little things, not relating it, but relating it to doing amateur theatre. I was like, I know her, I know him.
I know, right? It's
exactly,
great.
And I knew I was in for. I knew I was in for something that was a bit different. When Samuel Holmes went, we're going to use this as an acting exercise, and then you sang "The Woman's Dead." That, because some people would be like, I don't get it. Me, I was like, I get it completely. This is the best thing ever.
It's
again,
so funny.
Lock with a note, knocking it out at the end. I was like, there it is. There it is. Playing that part, very Ethel Merman, gorgeous costumes. Yeah. Did you know the soundtrack? Did you listen to Deborah Monk at all, or was it completely your own?
Yeah, I didn't really know when I got the offer for the show. I didn't know the show, and I was like, "What?" Because it was Paul Foster directed it, who directed me and Kiss Me Kate, and he said I had this part for you, which I think you would be great at. And I was like, okay.
I had a role,
and so I got offered this part, and I was like, well, okay, but I don't really know it. So I went away and I looked it up and read about it, and I listened. I bought the soundtrack, and I listened to the soundtrack all the whole way through like a show.
Yeah.
I literally, as soon, I mean, Carmen has the line, she had no voice, she just had tits. And as soon as I heard that line, I lost my shit. Yeah. And I was like, I'm in. I'm
in. Because again, that show, it's very like you and Sam and a lot of actually, it was very packed full of lines you could just pick out and use in day-to-day life. Shut up, Bambi! I mean,
it's just all the mic drop lines, isn't it?
Yeah, literally.
It's brilliant.
And that song that you had, which was obviously Show Business. It's a Business. Oh, that was stunning. And did you enjoy being lifted up on a ladder? Did you feel like Ethel Merman?
I was lifted up on a ladder by 4 strapping hot men, and what's not to love?
What's not to love?
I mean, absolute dream. Hilarious though, but Alistair David giving me a ladder. But
I'll have a ladder, please.
Thrilled. Yeah, can he climb the ladder in a pencil skirt and then do a back bend? Yeah, go on then. Okay. It
was. I mean, you may look effortless, but it was a beautifully choreographed number. Like it was. Well, it's that thing of watching an artist do their thing, and it's taken you so long to learn how to do it and to perfect it. But it was like it was nothing, and that's what I love, the ease of going. Yeah, it's easy now, but they have worked and they have in rehearsals. I can imagine you just going, nah, not this. I'll just what's it called? What's that famous saying? I'll just bark and belt.
I'll stand
and belt.
Full routine, climbing a ladder, being carried around, but that's the joy in it.
And that I think you are honestly adored during that show for someone So who loves musical theatre. It's a very backstagey musical theatre show.
Oh.
Incredible, very inside jokes. Brilliant. I mean, blink twice if you'll agree. I mean, hilarious. Okay. This is a proper question now. You ready for this? Lennox Picton and New Haven are islands of which South African Alaska?
What?
This was the egghead question you got wrong.
As soon as you said that, I was like, oh, it has to be that. As if I was on Eggheads.
I know.
Ridiculous.
I know. I was like, oh my god, she got two. The third one, nah, not a clue.
I know, right?
Not a clue,
Really,
babes.
not a Scooby-Doo.
Calamity Jane. Why haven't you been in Calamity Jane? When is this happening?
Well, that was the first one. That's the first one I did in Amdram. I was a 14-year-old Calamity Jane.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
See, that needs to come back, and that's what you need to do.
Oh my god, it's my dream.
Doris Day.
It's me, Kate. It's
Yeah.
like, can someone please just put on Calamity Jane somewhere, anywhere? I'll do it
Concert
in a tent.
version. I'll do it.
In a tent. I don't care. Let me do it.
Yeah. And is it your love of Doris Day? Where does that come from? Is it a family member or is it just from you?
It's me being a weirdo. I used to come home, you know, and watch her films on VHS. You know, all those old little grey movies with her.
Oh yeah.
I just wanted to be her, basically.
Mm.
I still do.
And I still do.
Yeah.
Right. Rebecca Locke. Hot or cold?
Cold.
Walk or run?
Walk.
Dance or sing?
Sing.
Give or receive?
Give.
Meat or veg?
Veg.
Wobbly wobbly. Night in or night out?
Night in.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Play a musical?
Musical, babe.
Lily Savage or RuPaul?
Mm. Lily.
Lily. Cats or dogs?
Cats.
Beyonce or Celine?
Celine.
Hugs or kisses?
Hugs.
Day or night?
Day.
Stephen Sondheim or Andrew Lloyd Webber?
Stephen Sondheim.
Bernadette Peters or Patti LuPone?
Patty.
Thank you. Best performance that you've ever seen live?
That was West Side Story last year at Let's Curve.
Wow. Go to shower song?
Go to shower song. Oh, it's probably something Cellini, to be fair.
On stage, dream roll?
Calamity Jane.
Under but stage. On stage mishap that you haven't mentioned?
What's his mishap? Oh, God, there's been so many. So many lyric drops.
Is there any from Curtains?
Anything happening majorly in Curtains? I'm trying to think. Probably. Probably. I'm trying to think if there's anything fun with like wigs falling off or anything like that.
Hilarious. We'll come back to that one. Go to cast album?
Go to cast album at the moment, it's Beetlejuice.
Yes. Favourite sweet?
Licorice.
Favourite month of the year?
December.
Sound? Favourite sound?
Favourite sound? Oh. Favourite sound? What do I like? The sea.
Ditto. What about the waves? Favourite smell?
Bread. Baking.
Oh, yeah. A favourite drink?
Vodka.
Favourite movie?
It's a Wonderful Life.
I've somehow created a time machine, Rebecca Lucilock, and
Yeah.
we're in this time machine, and we are going to go and see an opening night of any musical ever made, ever, on the front row. You're bringing the sweets. What are we seeing?
Oh my God, that's like the best question.
I know.
Okay, there's loads.
Okay.
But how do you feel about, I think it's 1960 something, front row, Funny Girl, Barbra Streisand, Prince of Wales Theatre?
That is my one as well.
Is it?
That was mine. Do you want another one? You can have another one.
The other one would be Julie Andrews and Rex Harrison, My Fair Lady.
Wow. Okay. Do you know the story about what the announcer used to do in Funny Girl?
No.
One of my favourite stories. So they used to go, ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Obviously not turn your phone off. It wasn't that. It wasn't like that. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. And please be aware that the role of Fanny Bryce tonight will be played by, gave it 3 beats where the audience was like, Barbra Streisand. And it'd start. Now that
is brilliant. That's very clever.
That's really good.
Immediately gets the audience like, woo!
3 beats, Barbra Streisand. Honest to God, doll, you are a joy. You have done so much. It was so much that we've missed out. And long may you reign. When all this is over, I cannot wait to see you on stage again, giving it eyes. Yeah, so the last question for you, Rebecca Locke, is name your autobiography.
Oh, cripes. There you go.
I'm thinking something along the line of something about Day, because Doris Day, or
yeah, I was as well.
Or Take the Note.
Take the Note. That's a brilliant one. I'm going to take that. Thank you very much.
Rebecca Locke, Take the Note. Doll, thank you so much for doing this. I'm really appreciative, and I cannot wait to see you on stage again.
Can't wait to see you and give you a big hug in real life.
In real life, you know what I mean? Not social dist. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and everyone's saying such lovely things. You are adored, doll. So yeah, I can't wait to see more of your tweets with your vegetables. Living your best life. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go, doll. Thank you so much.
Bye, darling.
Bye. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye. Bye.